Yes, it's everybody's favorite time of the day once again. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Sunday, the 27th of April, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai. All your posts put on chain. Right, let's just get straight into it.
Greg says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. Looking forward to this. The figures are, well, there are some figures starting to look extraordinary because I was setting the show up and having a quick look through them myself. I always find it fascinating, really. The Bitcoin forecast, we've got Gregcoin in the 90s, $94,000, but who cares? It's fundamentally worthless. It's literally an economically worthless, unregistered security offering. And there's nothing they can do about it. Once that chain of signatures is broken, that is it. There is no going back. Can't repair it. Centrally controlled. It's like breaking the stem off a flower and then trying to fix it. You just can't. Can't ever happen. B crash 352. Fish price cash. Who cares? And then Bitcoin is $43. So it's holding a little bit, and then we'll see kind of like what's going on behind the movements in the price in just a second. But before we do that, just have a look at the hash rate, 0.06. Just steady actually. In fact, 3 months. It looks like it's tailing off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Interesting. Wasn't really expecting that. All right then. Network nodes. So for anybody, hash rate. We'll have a look at network nodes. Yeah, network nodes. There we go. So for anybody who hasn't seen a network node before, these are the backbone to the new global financial system, the world's first ever commercial internet commoditized digital network, where we own and control our own digital content, where data can't be cracked, hacked, altered, changed, or deleted, because there is no central point of authority or control or failure. Fantastic. Close that. Transactions then, let's have a look at BitInfo chart. So look at this. Transactions really tailing off here. Just 41,826. We'll just cross-reference that with what's on chain. Just 41,826. There's literally nothing. There is nothing to write home about there. Mining's interesting, but we'll get to that in just a second. Transactions, though. What's going on here? They've just popped up to 86,665. What? So their confirmed transactions, 41,000. Memory pool's got 21,088. So what's this? Total transaction count. So this is from... so this is maybe still in the memory pool. So 10,000. So from here, so 65,000, and then 86,000. They're unconfirmed in the memory pool. So they're shooting up in the next block. That'll be interesting. I wonder what's going on there. That actually just shot up in front of my eyes. Wasn't expecting that. All right, something's going on. Interesting. All right, so transactions are going to start shooting up again. Block sizes then, see what's coming through. Just relatively small blocks like 1.3, 6.6 megabytes, even though 6.6 is big for a Gregcoin, but this is Bitcoin. We're normally looking at sort of get used to looking at gigabyte blocks and all that. Hash rate, yeah. Oh, just a little bit of an uptick there. Proof of work by network, again, it's all coming over onto Bitcoin. 44,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Oh, look at this. It is 4.4% more profitable to mine on SV. Mine is 4.4%. I've not seen that for a long time. A long time. Like, what is going on there? Suddenly, miners reaping the rewards. If you've been mining Bitcoin for jeepers, I don't know, however many months, at sort of like $26, and then suddenly it's $40, that would be the equivalent of Gregcoin going from $80,000 to like $160,000. And never going to happen. Never going to happen. But all the SV miners suddenly, like literally 100% profits. 100%. I wonder if this is going to wake all the other miners up, where they're just like, hold on a minute. If we mine this token, there's far more potential for it to increase, especially when the utility comes on the network. Hold on a minute. Might we best start mining this thing? And holding it if it's got this much potential? I think so. But it depends. It depends how long it depends how ingrained the shitcoin mining mindset is in with them, because it's strong. Yeah, shitcoin mining mindset. So 12.4% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash. But it's still 0.4% more profitable to mine on Gregcoin over Bcrash. But look at that. Look at that. The profitability didn't take much to change at all. Imagine you've got that plus the transaction volumes on the network. Like, wow. Wow. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Yeah, transactions by network, transactions per block by network. Fees USD, fees Satoshis. But still, it's on a log curve, so much cheaper than the others. 44,000 times cheaper to transact. Daily Bitcoin fee to block reward ratio, we'll keep an eye on that. The only chart you really need to look at, daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. As Satoshi Nakamoto said, it's strictly necessary that the longest chain is always considered the valid one. Global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours, Gregcoin hash rate. Oh, what is this? What is this? Let's have a little look. Wow, look, Gregcoin hash rate. Other miners have upped it to 12.5. 12.5, managing the profitability there. Bcrash, other miners 51.39. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? But Bitcoin, mining Dutch up to 23%. What is going on? What is going on? Let's just cross-reference that. Yeah, look at this. Mining Dutch, 24.4%, taking the lead. Where have they just come from? Ahead of Kuv at 23, ahead of Tal at 21, ahead of QD Link dropping down to 12.95, SA100 12.2, and Gorilla Pool being squeezed down to 5.7, but still not bad considering Gorilla Pool is such a tiny operation. Still having 5% of the global block reward. I mean, it's still massive. It's still massive for them. A tiny company, and then all of a sudden, the profits have just like literally doubled overnight. Almost, when it went from 26 to now sort of 40. Like that's what you want. That is what small to medium sized enterprises dream of. Like suddenly hitting the big time, Great stuff. Well, let's have a look at the short positions. Look at this. Look, it looks like confidence is just dropping in Gregcoin. Look. So at a short ratio of 0.44, and it's going down and down and down, and look, suddenly it just drops off a cliff here. Look, oh, now it's just 0.285. Short ratio is that. So, but look, the longs on BTC suddenly just dropped. So I would actually say that that's more significant, because I think that's like a genuine market sentiment. Like suddenly they're just like, oh, hold on a minute. You've got the likes of Vinnie Lingham posting on this and stuff like that. So I wonder if that's actually just goes to show you how much Grapecoin is manipulated. I think that's like a genuine move there, because whenever the cabal sort of manipulate Grapecoin, it's always like massively. I think they've got such a huge stranglehold on it. Obviously, because they can print fiat currency and tether till the cows come home. But they can't do anything about the fixed supply of Bitcoin. Can't do anything about it. But that is significant. That little drop off there, just a little chink in the armor. Confidence just knocked a little bit. Fascinating. Let's have a look at CryptoQuant. Look at this. Look at this. Look, the exchanges. Like, again, just getting rid of their reserves hand over fist. And these are the reserves that they keep in reserve for themselves. They are the exchanges' reserves. They're in reserves to fulfill shitcoin off-ramping. And also profits for themselves. And look at that. They are just literally getting rid of it. This is not the market. This is the exchange's reserves. This is what they personally hold in reserve. And they're just getting rid of them. It's the retail investors that are going to get absolutely screwed on this, because everybody else is on the inside. They know what's coming. They know what's coming. Let's have a look at the tether weather. Look at that. They can't help themselves, can they? Cannot help themselves. Look, furious buying, green to the upside. So in the month, it's gone from 144. It's now 147. $3 billion in a month. $3 billion in a month. In a week. $3 billion in a week. This is the biggest pump yet. Let's have a look. So that literally just happened. That literally just the other day. Yeah, 26th. That's the 27th right there. So that's the one we saw yesterday. 146. So $1 billion. Oh, never. Did I miss that? Look, that 1 billion. That's $1 billion they literally just pumped in. Another $1 billion. It's gone from 146 to 147.1, 147.8. So $1.18 billion. They're back at it again. $1 billion pump. Look, they're losing grip on it. They're losing grip on it. But what are they going to do? Like, what are they going to do? These relatively small pumps. Literally like a few hundred, like 300 million and all that. But they've done it again. Another $1 billion. Donald Trump's going to be looking at that. He'll be like, hold on a minute. Where'd you get $1 billion from? Like, what's going on? Look at that. They've been trying to be good boys for such a long time, and then suddenly they're just like, actually, no. Our entire Grapecoin narrative rides on this thing. We can't stop doing this. Oh, shit. Look at that. $1 billion. That's how desperate they're getting. That's how desperate they're getting, because they have to sort of like keep the traders interested. But literally, they're gonna have to somehow, unlike the traders are going to be selling it, they're going to have to somehow pump it from $94,000 to double it. It'd be $180,000. And the traders will be selling furiously if it did that. Like, there's no utility there. They can't continue it. And BSV literally just doubled, or almost like doubled, 26 to 40, for $26 to $40. Look at that. They just can't compete. Like, their narrative is crumbling and they're shitting it, pumping another $1 billion in. What a joke. Mind you, shitcoin is shit for brains. Wouldn't have a clue what's going on anyway. And let's have a look at money. So this looks quite steady on the month. So it was 22 million last time I looked. Now it's 24. Another $2 million gone in. They're just steady away. But the difference is money is actually backed. Money is backed 1-to-1. Not like Tether that has never done any audits whatsoever. Trying to back themselves with absolute crap. There is no way you can cash out Tether 1-to-1. Can't do it. Whereas with money, you can. That is genuine increase there. That's people switching their dollars, for this stablecoin dollar. on the world's most secure, most efficient digital network, which is where you want, where data can't be cracked out, altered, changed, or deleted. So that's where you really want your dollars. You want your dollars on here, so the banks can't confiscate it. That's very promising, very promising. And look at what's gone on here. Look at what's gone on here. Look, we've had there's been another pump. So it came down and then it's just shot up again. You know, there are going to be obviously shenanigans. So this is Bitcoin versus USD. We'll just see if we can find Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. Let's have a look. There we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, wow, look at that. The chart actually looks similar to USD almost. Look at that. No way. Actually having a pump there against Gregcoin. Oh, amazing. Right, so registering a price at $43. Yeah, look at that. Another significant pump there. So that's Bitcoin versus USD. $43.22. Bitcoin versus Gregcoin. It actually looks similar. How strange is that? Something is afoot. Something is afoot. You know, get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're in for a battle royale here. I think we are going to see the cabal versus the hand of Satoshi. That's what I think we're about to witness. The hand of Satoshi. Oh, versus Gregcoin and the banks. That sounds like a storybook, doesn't it? The hand of Satoshi versus Gregcoin and the banks. That's what we're up against. Oh, fantastic. What look at that. I've never seen that. Like what? So it's down at $41.98. Or now. So let's just refresh that. See what that looks like if it's dropped a little bit. Yeah, just tailing off. But look, it had a pump there. Yeah, I mean we are witnessing a battle here. There are extremely strong forces behind the scenes. I mean, this is literally just get your popcorn ready because none of what we're witnessing is natural. This is all market manipulation. But you literally got the banks on one hand with Gregcoin, Satoshi on the other with Bitcoin. You know, this is what we're looking at. The battle royale. So, yeah, like there's no point in trying to predict who's done this. There's nothing to do with market demand here at all. The whole thing is manipulated. It is good versus evil. David versus Goliath, which is what we're looking at here. You know, the shenanigans and the politics behind the scenes are going to be absolutely on fire. Absolutely on fire. You know, as Satoshi said, let them think they've won. Here, look at this. A breakdown. So we saw OKX just announced that they're going to delist BSV. Fools. Well, not fools. I think they got a phone call from a certain someone who was just like, yeah, you want to do that. But Gate.io, look at that. Let's have a look at CoinGecko. Top gainers. So again, I mean, look at these shit coins. Absolutely disgusting. Look. Like 772 in the rankings. We got just 179. So we're outside they're all outside the 100. So they're just purely shitcoining. Just trying to get newbies involved. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Oh, if I just put it in there, I would have made 47% on my investment. So again, like on the stock market, these are absolutely unheard of gains. Yeah, but what they don't realize is that all of these shitcoins are absolutely manipulated purely to distract people away from Bitcoin. So literally, there's I'd make all this, but again, it's all dollar worshipping. It's all dollar worshipping. Pugny penguins, give me a break. Ethereum proof of work. What a joke. Honestly, when you understand, I mean, it's phenomenal what they're doing. I mean, literally, they make up all these shitcoins are literally made up by one central organization who literally have to come up with all this crap, you know, and the logos and everything. I mean, it's phenomenal what they do. That's why people don't, you know, as Rockefeller said, an illusion it will be, so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who see it will be thought of as insane. You know, but I see it. I see it, absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let's have a look at Coin Codex then. Let's have a look at these exchanges. So Qcoin, just again, like 500,000. But OKX, look, it's gone up to 12 million. 12 million 24-hour trade volume. Gate.io, 17 million. Binance Futures, 85 million. 85 million on Binance Futures. MEXC, 8.45 million all of a sudden. Like, look at that. Like, what? Whoa, up a bit, 102 million. 100, that's more than Binance. Jeebus. IndoX, again, I don't think those figures are correct. ZoomX, 16 million 24-hour trade volume. This is on BSV. Like, what on earth? What on earth? BitGet, 11 million. Cofinex, 11 million. BYDFi, 6 million. Oh, they're all in the millions. Oh, Poloniex actually down. That's 5.1, but BitHum, 5.1. I mean, this is extraordinary. CoinX, 5 million. Huobi, 4 million. XT.com, 3 million. Like, what on earth? HitBTC, again, over 1 million. CoinW, over 1 million. DigiFinex, 1 million. Like, staggering figures. Staggering figures. Jeepers. Right there, so let's have a look at, just look at that, MEXC, 8 million. Binance Futures though. So Gate.io, let's have a quick look. Seriously. Not really interested in that. Come on. Let's have a look at trade. Spot. Seriously. Don't really want Gridcoin actually. Search. That's what we'll have. There we go. Let's have a little look. So yeah, 17 million. 17 million. 17 million 24-hour turnover on BSV. Massive across the exchanges. Suddenly out of nowhere. Yeah, all these smaller exchanges. Wow. I mean, I think I can see what's going on. I get it. Yeah, phenomenal to watch. Phenomenal to watch. Come on, come on. That's all I can say to that one. Right, there we go. That is I've quite enjoyed that. It's a 24-minute show. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it so as ever. If you enjoy these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Semper.com, Handcash.io, Rockwallet.me, Simply.cash, Relasia.com or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it as ever. Be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.